Alright guys, today's episode starts on a heartbreaking note. The MMA community is mourning the sudden loss of one of the sport's most respected coaches, Duke Roufus, who tragically passed away at just 55 years old. From coaching legends like Anthony Pettis and Tyron Woodley to shaping the modern game of MMA striking, Duke's impact will never be forgotten. But that's not all. We've also got Ilia Topuria firing shots at Islam Makhachev, Paddy Pimblett stirring the pot again, Daniel Cormier calling for major rule changes, and Dricus du Plessis giving his take on Khamzat versus Pereira. Let's get straight into it. The MMA world is reeling after the devastating news that coach Duke Roufus passed away peacefully in his sleep. He was just 55 years old. Duke was more than just a coach, he was a father figure, mentor, and visionary who built one of the most respected training teams in MMA history, Roufusport in Milwaukee. Anthony Pettis shared an emotional message, writing, "When my dad was killed, you took me in and became my father. Together, we did the impossible and made it to the top. I'll always make you proud." Sergio Pettis, who'd been coached by Duke since he was just 13, also wrote, "Just 2 weeks ago we were in Dubai, celebrating one of our best performances. I can't believe you're gone. You've been in my corner since day one, and I'll make sure your legacy lives on." Dana White, Tyron Woodley, Uriah Faber, and countless others shared tributes online, each describing Duke as not only a brilliant coach but a genuine, kind-hearted man who helped shape the lives of everyone he trained. The loss of Duke Roufus leaves a huge void in the sport. Rest in peace to a true pioneer of MMA. But shifting to fight news, Ilia Topuria may be preparing for one of the biggest moments of his career. During a recent press conference in Georgia, the undefeated featherweight champion hinted that he could headline the first-ever UFC event on Paramount this coming January. Ilia teased potential opponents, and yes, one of the names he mentioned was Paddy Pimblett. And it didn't take long for Paddy to respond. The Baddies jumped on Instagram, sharing a cheeky post that said, "Why hasn't Ilia signed the contract yet?" Classic Paddy, stirring up the hype and putting pressure on Topuria to make it official. But things got even spicier when Ilia took a jab at Islam Makhachev during that same press conference. He said if Islam loses his upcoming fight against Jack Della Maddalena, he should go back to Dagestan to his farm and keep herding sheep. Brutal words, but Ilia didn't stop there. He added that if Islam wins, he wants to move up a weight class and fight him next.
გამარჯვებულ ცაროკიენთან. მოკლედ ვერ გავიხსენე სიტყვა, მაგრამ ისლამი თუ დამარცხდა, დაბრუნდეს დაღესტანში, ავის ფერმაში. თუ მოიგო კიდე, წყალში ხო, ცხვარი მომწყესოს.
Meanwhile, former opponent Dan Hooker showed the opposite tone, a surprising show of respect for Makhachev. In an interview with Sky Sports New Zealand, Hooker praised Islam for stepping up to fight Jack Della Maddalena at welterweight.
Just for Islam, credit to him for stepping up to the plate and coming up to welterweight. Definitely got my respect for being able to move up a weight class and fight Jack Della. Like, it's something that even, the greatest lightweight of all time, Khabib, who never managed to chase that accomplishment in being a two-division champion. So credit to him, but it's a huge ask. Obviously, we got on with football.
Islam replied in classic style, posting, "Need new haters. The old ones are starting to like me." Looks like Islam's starting to win over even his former rivals. Now, Daniel Cormier is calling for serious changes to the MMA scoring system after Merab Dvalishvili's performance at UFC 320. Merab was credited with 20 takedowns against Corey Sandhagen, but DC isn't buying it. Cormier said bluntly, "Those weren't 20 takedowns, maybe 5 or 6. The rest were just mat returns. A takedown should only count when the opponent actually goes to the mat and loses control."
The MMA takedown is a problem. The way that they score MMA takedowns is the problem, Chael. A takedown should be when you go to the mat. A takedown should not be when you get back up and the guy picks you up and just puts you back down. He never lost control. They see, and Chael, I don't know why, and they called me in. They called me in, Chael. They sat me with the people that do the takedowns, and I still walked out of there going, well, it ain't a takedown. It's not a takedown. You're not going to convince me of what it is. They should get us in the room. Let us tell them what a takedown is. And then those numbers won't seem so big. Merab didn't get 20 takedowns. Merab probably got 5 or 6 takedowns, and he got 14 mat returns.
Moving on, Dricus du Plessis isn't holding back on his opinions either. After sharing the octagon with Alex Pereira, DDP was asked about a possible Khamzat Chimaev versus Pereira matchup, and he didn't hesitate to say it would be. There's no way Khamzat beats Pereira. Alex is one of the greatest to ever do it.
Khamzat has called out Pereira at heavyweight. What do you make of that?
I mean, he's always had crazy call-outs. Khamzat, there's no way he beats Pereira, in my opinion. I think Pereira right now is one of the greatest to ever do this sport, or any combat sport for that matter. But yeah, he's a big guy. Even now at light heavyweight, he looked so big against Goliath. It was crazy. So yeah, I think that's all hype. I don't think there's any realistic chance.
During the same interview, Dricus also weighed in on Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane at UFC 321. He said he's leaning toward Aspinall, explaining, "He's hungry, he's sharp, and from the training footage I've seen, he's in incredible form."
So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going Aspinall on this one. I think he's hungry. I think he's ready. He looks phenomenal in the training footage that I saw. Obviously, Ciryl Gane is a specimen. I mean, just the way he's built, he's massive. And
that's all for today's update, guys. From the tragic passing of Duke Roufus to Ilia's fiery comments and DC's call for reform, it's been a wild week in the MMA world. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the coverage, subscribe for more daily fight news, and we'll see you in the next one.